All right, guys, let's see if we can get off to a good start with this parlay stuff. Uh, Obviously, last week I was not happy with the results at all. I had a couple of plus threes on there that didn't go through, and those plus threes usually go through, but they didn't. However, when we're talking about parlays, you play the game expecting to lose. And that's the good thing about parlaying is that you can put a little bit of money on it to go through. You do if it don't or don't. We all waste a few dollars here and there doing stuff every single day. So you might as well just try to play for the big bucks when you can. Stuff like that. But I'm pretty confident going into this weekend. I'm only going to focus on the NFL. There's not going to be any energy towards college whatsoever. I'm throwing up the white flag with college. I don't understand college. Uh, Even if I do, let's say I'm good at it one week, I'll suck at it the next week. So that tells me it's not worth putting my energy into and going on my parlay ticket. At least not this weekend. It's not. So I'm going to be putting links in with these predictions with Pub Sports Radio. You guys know I like watching those guys because I feel like they're real. They're real guys talking about football. You know what I mean? No frills, no thrills. Uh, been riding with them for a few years, and like I said, I don't just do everything they say, but I zero in on the things that I agree with them. And I agree with the Cleveland Browns winning this game. I think Dylan Gabriel is above average quarterback. I think he's going to be good in the league. If not for the Browns, for another team. And one thing I do know about the Browns is that when they're at home, they're like a whole different monster. Like all of a sudden, like when they're at home, they're like the best defensive team in the NFL, regardless of who they playing. They are really good at home, the Cleveland Browns, despite what their record says. And even though the Dolphins had a good game against, I actually had the Dolphins on my ticket, plus 4.5. They end up covering. I don't put all my picks on YouTube, but the ones I put up, I'm still disappointed about what I put up because it didn't go through the way I wanted to. Chiefs Lions, that was a good call on my part. That was easy. But yeah, some people look at this game and be like, it should be a game you stay away from because both teams sucks. But it's clear to me that this is the Browns game. I don't see any reason why the Dolphins will be in this game. Some people say, well, the Dolphins, they look good against the Chargers. No, not really. We're talking about the Chargers here. Like this guy said, he made a lot of money just fading the Chargers this season so far. Chargers are obviously not a good football team, and neither is Miami, despite what the record says. I see Cleveland dominating this game. I can see a 27-13 type of win for Cleveland. Uh, I don't know what the total is, but I don't see the Dolphins scoring a lot of points in this game, guys. Okay, it's going to be the game where I think Cleveland's going to dominate on both sides of the ball. And so that being said, I'm going to be taking the Cleveland Browns money line. There's no need for me to be taking the spread because you don't have to get greedy with the juice on your parlay ticket. This is only -2.5. So I'll be taking Cleveland Browns money line on this pick. Like I said, guys, I'm gonna put up 8 games, and it's all gonna be NFL. So first one, I'm gonna do Cleveland Browns money line. Check out the link. I'll let y'all later.